You already know this is Punch Drunk Boxing, a.k.a. Mr. Woo! Shot himself, a.k.a. El Adobo, a.k.a. El Sazon, a.k.a. El Borracho, a.k.a. Café Bustelo, a.k.a. El Pastor de Boxeo. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in this side of heaven. God bless you all. Ladies and gentlemen, boxing is good, boxing is great. Great story, great fights, great drama. This upcoming Saturday, Miami, Florida, June 29th, ESPN, The Takeover. Teofimo Lopez is back in the ring versus Steve Claggett. Y'all already know Teofimo Lopez, the two-division lineal champion of the world, and looks impressive, exciting. You know, bring that takeover back into fruition so the people understand, hey, yo, man, this man is the takeover. You know, got to give us a takeover type of performance and erase that reputation. Unfortunately, that little reputation that he got, that he fights to the level of his competition, that he performs to the level of his competition. And hopefully, he does just that, because I see Teofimo Lopez in the future having a mega fight with Gervonta Tank Davis, who performed a couple of weekends ago versus Frank Martin, and he looked spectacular, and he gave the people their money's worth. Hopefully, that's a fight that comes through fruition down the line. But also, it's bad news this week. Ryan Garcia got stripped from his W versus Devin the Dream Haney by the New York State Athletic Commission because he had Osterin, a PED, in his system. Little tiny bit of Osterin in his system, which doesn't enhance anybody. Matter of fact, it's just as equivalent of a dude drinking soy milk, and you already know soy milk ain't good for men. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, man. He got suspended for 1 year. Got to pay a fine. I think a $10,000 fine. Gotta give Golden Boy Promotions, Oscar De La Hoya, $1.1 million, I believe so. And it is what it is, man. Hopefully he's back in the ring after his suspension, and I believe that Ryan Garcia is going to sell out an arena, double his pay-per-view buys, because I do believe that he captivates the imagination, the emotions of the boxing fans, and boxing actually needs a character and a fighter like a Ryan Garcia. He moves the needles and he flips the bill. Now, Devin Haney. Devin Haney's not taking this too well. Devin Haney ain't take his beating too well. And Devin Haney, even though that he act like he's having a good time and dancing, and there's videos of him dancing after the New York State Athletic Commission punished him and suspended him. But then Devin Haney said, I suspended myself for a year. You know what I'm saying? He banned himself. Feels like he's not doing mentally well, because, hey, who would with that type of being that Ryan Garcia delivered? There's few people that like Devin Haney, but there's a lot of hate on Devin Haney, right? And I think some of them I think most of it he brought it to himself. But you know what I was thinking about? What are the 5 reasons, y'all? What is the 5 reasons why people don't like, hate, dislike about Devin the Dream Haney? And I'm gonna tell you why he's a dislike fighter. I'm gonna tell you why he's a hated fighter. I know that word is a strong word, hate, but you understand what I'm trying to say. We all got fearing here. Hate is bad. But the 5 reasons why people don't like Devin Haney. And I'm going to start with number one. Number one. Let's go back to the beginning. The beginning of this Haney, champion and elite fighter and a pound-for-pound fighter. Huh? Devin Haney, the first email champion of the world. Email champion. You remember the email? You remember when the WBC elevated Devin Haney? Y'all remember? Y'all remember when Devin Haney got elevated as a WBC champion when he didn't beat nobody? While other fighters was out there, blood, sweat, and tears, earning their crown, earning their strap, earning their belt, earning their position in the pound-for-pound list, one of the rankings. Devin Haney just got one of the most prestige titles, the WBC title, in which a lot of fighters feel like that's one of the most prestige titles out of all the belt federations, the 4 recognized belt federations, right? You got the IBF, WBO, WBA, WBC. But the most prestige title of all is the Ring Lineal Championship belt, right? When you get that, you beat the man. To be the man, you got to beat the man. That's how you get that belt. So Devin Haney got the WBC strap because the WBC, they did idiotic thing in in creating the WBC franchise, in which Canelo Alvarez had it first and avoided the mandatory to Jamal Charlo, even though Canelo Alvarez was going to. Y'all know what Canelo Alvarez was going to do to Jamal Charlo, man. So I think that, as a matter of fact, the WBC saved Jamal Charlo from an ass whooping from Canelo Alvarez. Let's put it that way, right? The 4th division world champion, super middleweight undisputed, the cash cow of the sport of boxing, the king, Canelo Alvarez, a.k.a. King Nello, a.k.a. Cartelo, a.k.a. Cash Nello, a.k.a. Payday, a.k.a. get the fuck out of here, man, if you thought that Jamal Charlo was going to give him a problem. But then they elevated when Vasily Lomachenko in the lightweight division, he beat up Luke Campbell, and he became the WBC champion, right? And he had all the straps. Not that the IBF. The IBF had Richard Comey. Teofimo Lopez beat Richard Comey, right? But Vasily Lomachenko did have the ring. He had the WBO, the WBA, and he won the WBC. The WBC came up with this franchise, and they elevated Vasily Lomachenko, and then they elevated Devin Haney as a champion. But remember, Vasily Lomachenko stood in the division. Most of the time, when you elevate that interim champion at the time in which Devin Haney won in Madison Square Garden versus Saul Abdullah, right? Sometimes when you get elevated as an interim is when the guy retires or he moves away from the division. But even the WBC, Mauricio Sulaiman said that whoever holds the franchise designation, the franchise title is put above any title in the lightweight division. Thus, that the franchise was the supreme belt, but the other belt federations didn't recognize the franchise. That was the incompetence of the WBC and the tampering of the legacy of Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez. See the email, but the thing is not that Devin Haney just received a gift, an email belt. Matter of fact, he was a paper champion that turned into an email. Let me remind you how the email thing came about. He was a paper champion when they elevated him. See, he's the paper champion. A lot of people like to say nowadays the email. I was the one that created email champion. I know I was the one that created and defined it. So after the fight that Devin Haney, when he got elevated, and after the fight he had with Alfonso Santiago, El Dominicano, he was injured, right? And Devin Haney got put in champion in recess. He got stripped from his world title. Had to get, shoulder surgery and things of that nature, right? But the pandemic came about, right? Tough times in the world at that time, right? But the WBC, Mauricio Sulaiman, they have ordered Javier Fortuna versus Luke Campbell for the world for the vacant world title, right? And Devin Haney sent a letter, an email, because around that time you ain't going to nobody's office, right? He sent the email to Mauricio Sulaiman to be reinstated that he said that his shoulder is good. Eventually, he got it back, and that's when he became an email champion. He was parading around that. He was parading with that belt like if he won it, like if he did something. And that's really when the people really did not like Devin the Dream Haney. That's that was the first. Well, the first indication was when he did say to Vasily Lomachenko that he will never lose to a white boy. So he brought race into it. You know what I'm saying? And people are delicate when it comes to race, right? Because when you flip it around and a white guy says, I would never lose to a black guy, then you will say that Vasily Lomachenko is racist. He's racist. And, people didn't like when Devin Haney did that. But that was the first initial of people, I don't like this kid. The email, and then seeing him acting like he's a champion when he was never a champion. He was just the belt holder, but he was trying to shame other people like T.O. and other people. When T.O. went out there and he became a champion and he knocked out Richard Comey to become a champion, and that's a real champion. But then Devin Haney is acting like he's in the same level as Teofimo Lopez, but I'm a champion. No, you didn't. You ain't even beat nobody. That right there became the hate of Devin Haney, the email champ. Let's move on to the fourth, because we're going from number 5 to number 1. Boring. Devin Haney is just really a boring fighter, man. You know what I'm saying? He's a boring. He's like dry. He's like watching dry paint. One of the most boring fighters ever in the sport of boxing. And it's not even just about power, because a lot of people be like, "Yo, Devin Haney got no power. He got no power." It's just not even about power, because I've seen people without a knockout punch. You know what I'm saying? With that type of power, they could still be an exciting fighter. Look, Paulie Malignaggi in his come up, right? The Magic Man, he was throwing a lot of combinations and things of that nature. He was not a knockout artist, but you know what I'm saying? There was something exciting about him to watch him fight, especially in New York City. Had the Italian, the Brooklyn, New York City fan base. You know, he was not a boring fighter. But he had that power, but he wasn't a boring fighter. Boring fighter. You know what I'm saying? Devin Haney got no power and he's boring. He don't throw no combination. He throws the ones and twos, maybe three punch combination once in a blue moon, right? So people just didn't like that. He was just boring compared to his contemporaries. And when your contemporaries is a Teofimo Lopez and Gervonta St. Davis and the Boots Ennis and the Ryan Garcia and the Virgil Ortiz and the Bam Rodriguez and the David Benavidez around that age range, you look at Devin Haney and be like, damn, this guy's, he's boring. He's making me fall asleep. Shit. How you go a whole 12? How you go a whole 12 with Alfredo Santiago? How you go a whole 12 with Gamboa? How you go a whole 12 with Linares, who got knocked out and stopped by Lomachenko? How you go a whole 12 with JoJo, just came like 2 divisions up like in the span of 2 years? What the hell? This guy is boring. He's falling asleep. He's just a boring ass. He's a boring fighter. He's boring. You don't miss Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the fourth. The third is he's a weight bully. He's a weight bully. And the weight bully thing, you know what I'm saying, is Andy Foster, the California State Athletic Commission officer. You know, he's the one that checks fighters and the way and sanction fights or don't sanction fights and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? He's like the leader of the commission. He calls what Devin Haney is doing sanction cheating. The way that Devin Haney rehydrates, in the past he has rehydrated in the lightweight division 24 pounds. In the 140-pound division, 25 pounds. That's just as good as PEDs, right? And we're forward, right? Let's think about why Ryan Garcia is suspended, right? For a little bit of answering that didn't enhance. It wasn't even an enhancement. It didn't even enhance his performance. You saw Ryan Garcia. The man was tired in the second round. What kind of PED was that? Because there wasn't enough in the system for anything. It was due to contaminated supplements. But one of the issues in the sport of boxing as well is this strategic way to try to win the fight before the fight. Rehydrating. Now, look, every fighter does rehydrate. Outside of the heavyweight division and stuff like that, when they really don't have to be so anal about their weight. Everybody rehydrates. But the thing is, Devin Haney rehydrates abnormal. And when Devin Haney is rehydrating abnormal, 25 pounds, over 18%. And then the guy that's behind Devin the Dream Haney, I ain't talking about Diddy. I'm talking about Victor Conte, Snack, Balco, but the biggest cheater in sports history in his corner. And he's rehydrating abnormal, and then he's still strong body-wise, structure-wise, during the fight. I'm not talking about power. I'm just talking about strength. Like, you don't see the weakness in Devin. You start saying, wait a minute. Trying to gain an advantage, but that's abnormal advantage. Just like what PED is, abnormal advantage, right? Check with Mauricio Sudamon once told Bill Haney publicly when they was going back and forth and things of that nature. But let me just hear it from Mauricio Sudamon when he's going back and forth. And I explained this on my YouTube channel. But check this out. Listen.
Devin Haney a weight bully over what?
And you also told me several times that you were thinking of moving up to super lightweight.
Exactly.
And your son, after the weigh-in, the next day he was 24 pounds over the weight division.
What? 24 pounds? 24 pounds? Not
So we had reasons that he could be.
When was he 24 pounds over?
After the weigh-in, the next day when he fought, he was 20 or 24 pounds heavier than the day.
He was hydrated. You said he hydrated up 20 to 24
Absolutely.
pounds.
So
Okay. Now,
when you have that, it is a reason to believe that the fighter can be moving up in weight.
well, yes. And it could
We
be a
have
reason.
given
And it could be a
every
reason.
moment. We have
And it
given
could be a reason
every
that-
chance. We have been everything right there supporting
I
us.
think you.
Heard him? That was Mauricio Sudamon telling Bill Haney, hey, yo, my man, your son rehydrates 24 pounds. Versus Lanat, versus, I believe that was versus Gamboa. Oh, you was trying to hurt that man. You was trying to put that man into retirement real quick. Huh? And that's what I mean. So when people started catching on to Devin Haney, notoriously rehydrating abnormal. Look, there's fighters that rehydrates, like I said in that in the video when I was talking about this, and this was a couple of years ago, right? When I was trying to expose what Devin Haney has been doing. Yes, again, every fighter does rehydrate. They rehydrate 8 pounds, 7 pounds, 10 pounds, 12 pounds. All right, 12, 13, 15 pounds is already a lot. 18, 20 pounds. Hey, yo, my man. Yo. 20 mother effing 5 pounds, yo. It's crazy. Abnormal. You're taking something. I don't give a damn what anybody say. That's abnormal. You're taking something. He's not like a fat dude. No, this is a 140-pound rehydrated and 165, right? And this is what the California, let me see, hold on. This is what the California State Athletic Commission had to say about guys like Devin Haney and other fighters, whether it's boxers or MMA, that they're doing.
Problem is we have fighters that are exceeding 25 and a half pounds in a day. And in my view, I think in many doctors' view, that's dangerous, it's unhealthy, but it's also cheating.
It's also cheating. That's the reason also why Devin Haney puts himself in a situation with Ryan Garcia. Is the reason why Devin Haney doesn't get the benefit of the doubt, because in a lot of people's eyes, Devin Haney has been taking advantage of his opponent. But the thing him and his team know how to, maneuver with that. And knowing that he's with Victor Conte, and knowing that Victor Conte is also, he the one that created the system for WADA, and he knows the people in WADA, and then it's just the affiliation. It is what it is. And Victor Conte said it, that they asked him one time in an interview, should people be suspicious of you? And he said, absolutely. So when people are suspicious, they're gonna be suspicious of the fighters that he worked with. And that's unfortunate, because I don't believe that none of his fighters is knowingly cheating. I don't think so. I'm gonna give the fighter the benefit of the doubt that they're not knowingly cheating, but messing with the biggest cheater in the history of sports in America. Did this for a living since the 80s. Undetected supplements, undetected PEDs. What makes you think in the sport of boxing he's gonna come to the sport of boxing, he's gonna be, oh no, I just want to clean things up? Nope. Because with Devin Haney's rehydration, that's abnormal. Devin Haney is the lab rat of Victor Conte. Now let's go to number 2. Let's go to number 2, y'all. Let's go to number 2. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let's go to number 2. Why people hate Devin Haney. Let's go to number 2. The first one was what? Email. The second one, that he's boring. I'm sorry, we're going from 5 to number 1. 5 was email, the email champion. Never earned the strap. He earned it later on by being George Camboso and stuff like that and being Regis Prograis. Yes. Can't take that away from him. But I'm talking about the start, or why people don't like Devin Haney. Right? So number 5 was email. Number 4 was he's the most boringest fighter in the history of the sport of boxing. Number 3, he's a weight bully. And now number 2. Let's go to number 2, y'all. We get this, because there's layers to this. He's disloyal. DHP, Devin Haney's promotion, Bill Haney, Devin Haney, they are disloyal. loyal to those who helped them to the point where they at today, technically wise and business wise. Let's not forget now, if y'all didn't know, several days ago, there was a purse bid. There was a purse bid for the Devin Haney versus Sandor Martin. Sandor Martin is in the mandatory position to fight the champion at junior welterweight through the WBC rankings, right? So there was a purse bid. Nobody bid it but Top Rank. Devin Haney is a free agent. Devin Haney was given an opportunity to sign a contract with Matchroom Boxing, Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing out in the UK. Now, let me tell you something about Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn been paying Devin Haney more. I'm talking about the minimum, more than anybody of this young generation. Without even earning it, Eddie Hearn. Look, there's a nickname that Eddie Hearn got, and it's Earn with Hearn. So you would think at this stage, several years of yo, we doing great business, doing good business. You know, you don't want to burn any bridges that's done good business with you that have helped you become a wealthy athlete, a wealthy person, or whatever. You want to stay faithful to good business. If there's no bad business, good business. And yes, I do. I also admire the Haneys in terms of that they want to be, they want to empower themselves and they want to, be independent. Cool. In the sport of boxing, even though I believe they do got their independence, but still, that doesn't mean that you can't partner up. And I just feel like Eddie Hearn has been a great partner and a great addition to the business to the business portfolio of Devin Haney. Eddie Hearn, like, you know what? He ain't bid on the fight. Only Top Rank bid $2.4 million, in which Devin Haney didn't like it. Feel like that was he feel like that purse bid or the results of the purse bid or the aftermath of the purse bid was beneath him, beneath his value. Even though that he lost to Ryan Garcia, so of course your value's gonna drop. But he thinks because he got a no contest that his value got to still be up. But because you're a free agent, and because you was disloyal to a guy like Eddie Hearn, you just not only disloyal to a guy like Eddie Hearn, because Eddie Hearn said, we ain't bid because there is no there is no attachment. We gave him a contract he didn't want to sign and stuff like that. So he got to be on his own. I can't keep on, flipping the bill for him when he's not even giving us certainties and not being loyal. And we don't know he's going to be going to another promotion because look, Devin Haney been going to other promotions, just skipping town, right? He does the same thing. He does the same thing with trainers. Every damn fight, there's a different trainer. There's disloyal to trainers. Think about it. Flo Mayweather Sr. has stated in the past, they kicked him out of the corner. One of the corners of the last fight that Flo Mayweather Sr., one of the best trainers of this year of this generation. Of this past generation, and they treated him like basically trash. You're gonna have a trainer that's out there hands-on training with your son, and then the fight comes. But the thing is, Bill Haney wants the limelight. He wants to be the head trainer when he's not even the head trainer in camp. So these guys think they're going to get paid the type of money that a head trainer is supposed to be getting paid, the 5 to 10%, right? Nah. Bill Haney wants to be the voice. He could also be a voice, right? But why you can't be like Earl Spin's dad, Earl Spin Sr., right? Why you can't be like Henry Garcia? See how it worked for him, right? Let the coach, the hands-on coach in camp be the primary voice in the fight, during the fight. So the instructions could coexist. The chemistry is there. The preparation in camp was there. And then, during the fight, things flow like a well-oiled machine. So that don't work. So been disloyal to the trainers that Ben Davison worked with Ben Davison to the lead up to the Nares. He was not the head trainer. Mickey Bay was not the head trainer. Mayweather Sr. was not the head trainer. Switching trainers, using up. There's a reputation with the Devin Haneys out there in Las Vegas. They use trainers, use gym, don't pay sparring like that. Just skipping from gym to gym to gym to gym to gym, trying to hustle everybody in Vegas, trying to hustle every trainer, trying to hustle every promoter. Was Showbox, you know what I'm saying? Hustle the Mayweathers and the Mayweather gyms, thinking you're going to be signing the Mayweather promotions while they're out there promoting you with no string attached. So you thought that someday there's going to be some loyalty right there. And I get it. Business is business, right? You ain't signed to Mayweather promotion, but look what Mayweather promotion made a star in Gervonta Tank Davis. That could have been you because Mayweather was actually pumping Devin Haney before even Gervonta Tank Davis. And look at where Gervonta Tank Davis is at in terms of selling out arenas and being a pay-per-view star. So you ditch him, or you stiffed the Mayweathers, and then you went out there and stiffed. Then you signed with Eddie Hearn. Then you left Eddie Hearn the Top Rank to get that Camboso fight. And then you left Top Rank, and then you went back to Eddie Hearn. And then you left Eddie Hearn and went to Golden Boy. And then when you lose, you're depending on Eddie Hearn to keep on feeding your pockets. And you know what I'm saying? Eddie Hearn says, nah, man, you ain't loyal. Basically, you ain't loyal, mate. Basically, you ain't loyal to me. What makes you, nah, you just jumping around and stuff like that. Because also, allegedly, Bill Haney was a pimp in his days in the street. And he brings that pimp mentality. And you already know that boxing is a pimp type of game. So I'm not saying that what Bill Haney has done, other people don't do in terms of just business, no feelings, whatever. You know, promoters do with the fighters. But the way that Bill Haney was moving was, and DHP, it seems like they were stiffing everybody. Use you and they throw you away just like a pimp. Hey, got a bottom dollar woman, and if she ain't good enough, we go to the next. Bunch of chicks don't got no feelings at all. Yeah, you got to be a shark in this game. I understand, but I think that disloyalty is the reason why people don't like Devin the Dream Haney. Let's not talk about. I know faith. I know faith is kind of touchy subject. Devin Haney became Muslim. Still haven't done Ramadan. You ain't even faithful to your own religion. Also, but Turby, if it's faithful to his religion, he said he ain't gonna fight Dimitri Bivol if it falls in Ramadan because my religion comes first. To this day, Devin Haney hasn't done no damn Ramadan, so he ain't even faithful to his own religion. Cursing all over the place and stuff like that. Going to the club, drinking. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he was drinking, but he's in the club with all them half-naked women. Huh? Name change your name. Monofic? That's another reason why, he's just this disloyal guy. He's not loyal to anybody. The Haneys ain't loyal to nobody. Ain't loyal to nobody. Not talking about the Haneys. The number one reason why the people in the community, and this is unfortunate because it's half of it is not fair. Half of it is understandable why people say what they say. And they done this to every loud father in the sport of boxing. Remember, we're talking about the 5 reasons why people don't like Devin Haney, or the 5 reasons why people hate Devin Haney. Number 1, Bill Haney. The mouthpiece of Bill Haney. Or the mouthpiece for Devin Haney, but Bill Haney. Bill Haney has been very transparent in the sport of boxing with independent media, boxing content creators, and things of that nature. And that's a good thing for us, right? For us. You know what I'm saying? Look, mass media networks don't take us serious. So he's incorporated himself in these type of platforms, the YouTube, the Twitter, the social media, the Instagram, and things of that nature. And that's how his son was built anyway. In social media. But I think the cap, the calling Gervonta Tank Davis monkey, talking down about fighters, you know what I'm saying? Fathers usually just talk proudly about their son. But a Bill Haney talking ish about Tio, talking ish about Tank, talking ish about Shakur when it's supposed to be Devin versus Shakur. When it's supposed to be Tio versus Devin versus Tio, and when I'm talking about versus, yeah, in the ring and outside the ring, we want to see both of these guys go back and forth. But what we see is just Bill Haney going to these platforms and talking ish about these fighters. So more and more, the Gary Russell Jr. Thing, the Tank, the Shakur, the Tio, the Kid Austin. It's not really Devin Haney to go out there and talk his trash like that. Yeah, he talk a little bit of trash right there on Twitter, but nothing like his dad. Nothing like his dad. And I think when you allow dad, it could be unfortunate that, you know what I'm saying, people just, especially in America, they don't like Teofimo Lopez Sr. They ain't like Kenny Porter. They didn't like Angel Garcia. You know what I'm saying? They don't like the talkative father and the confidence that they have when they talk and the way that they promote their son. They always be like, these guys are trying to live vicariously through their son, even though that the son try to live vicariously through their father as well, because they look up to their father. And give props. I always say the fatherhood is prominent in the sport of boxing. I just think that people just doesn't like Bill Haney's mouth. But I like the way that Bill Haney has moved his son, and especially remember he was manager 2023, manager of the year 2023. So congratulations to Bill. But I think that a lot of the flack that Devin Haney gets is also because of Bill. People don't like how he performs. People don't like how Devin Haney people don't like how Devin Haney and Bill Haney is reacting to the loss with Ryan Garcia. Look like they mentally ill right now. They're heartbroken. They acting like bitter baby mamas in family court. Devin Haney is talking that he want to take Devin Haney is talking that he want to take Ryan Garcia to court. Instead of just talking like, hey, yo, man, just get in the ring. These guys are talking like straight up bitches. They talking like straight up bitch. In a combat sport, people want to hear, nah, you want to get it in blood, go, get the rematch and get in the ring and deal with it. That's what people expect, especially as fighters. People don't expect to see court TV, Law and Order. If you got a problem with Ryan Garcia, go out there and do it and you know what I'm saying, do it the right way. Shoot the 5. Shoot the 12 rounds. But you can see that the way that Bill Haney is talking, that's the way that Devin Haney is talking. You remember he tweeted out, we ain't going to negotiate no deal until New York State Athletic Commission, you know what I'm saying, do what they need to do to Ryan Garcia. Man, please, man, you need to go back in the gym. You need to go back in the gym, get that fight with Sando Martin and get back to the rhythm of things and get back in the winning column. Because ain't nobody believing that you ain't undefeated. Just like you was never a real champion when you got elevated. So y'all going back to that type of energy. And that's why. Now you're gonna be parading around like he's an undefeated fighter. He's dancing around. Man, you ain't no damn undefeated. You got beat up by Ryan Garcia. A one-trick pony, right? And if Ryan Garcia is a one-trick pony, what makes Devin Haney? If Ryan Garcia is a one-trick pony, what makes Devin Haney? You don't even got a trick. I'd rather have a one trick than no tricks. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the reason why the Devin Haneys are hated. And also, we want to talk about the YouTube community. I know a lot of people there's some people that's listening on, they're not in the YouTube community. Not every boxing fan pays attention to YouTube. But I'm going to tell you like this. Bill Haney, especially Bill Haney, has affiliated himself with particular personnels and channels that their reputation is that they're racist, that they hate everything else but African American. They're affiliated themselves with some particular channels that has high traffic in this community, in the YouTube boxing community. Am I saying they are? Am I saying they're not? All I'm saying, I'm talking about the reputation. And everybody knows if you're in YouTube and if you the community in YouTube, you understand what I'm talking about. They have affiliated. Bill Haney has affiliated himself with channels that have high traffic and personnel and hosts that their reputation is that they're racist and hate everything but black. So of course you're gonna get licks. Of course you ain't gonna get the benefit of the doubt. See, you're not gonna get the benefit of the doubt because you got Victor Conte in your corner and people feel like you sanction cheat. Know how to break, you know how to, you know what I'm saying, go through the loopholes in the sport of boxing. Oh, he like Ryan Garcia. I mean, Devin Haney tweeted to Regis Progress. I didn't use no PED. I didn't use PED. What PED I use? Yeah, but rehydrating abnormal is just as good as PEDs. Trying to gain a massive advantage. It's just not a little bit of advantage. That's a massive advantage. The cap of their numbers and how many pay-per-view they sold, how many people was in the arena. It's a lot of cap when it comes to the Devin Haney. So people don't like their cap. People don't like the way they acting like straight up bitches right now. People don't like the email, that y'all accept the emails. People don't like that. And parading around like you were chanting, like, nah, now you parading like you undefeated. People don't like that. These are the reasons why people don't like Devin the Dream Haney. This is the reason why he's not getting the benefit of the doubt in the boxing community. And people like, oh my God, Ryan Garcia, he tested positive. I never seen a guy that tested positive for PED get all this support. It's not that they're getting Ryan Garcia support. It's just that they just don't want to support Devin Haney. Because they feel like he been trying to have the advantage with almost all his opponents since day one. The rumors of him getting the old back out there in Tijuana when he was starting. It's too much. That's the reason. It's just not this incident with Ryan Garcia. It's everything else. It's everything else, folks. Now, hopefully, Devin Dream Haney, who got good skills, get back into the drawing board and do what he need to do. He's only 25 years old, folks, so this ain't the end of Devin Haney, only if he wants it to be the end. I mean, look, when somebody mentioned, he said he want to break. He said basically he want to retire. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Hopefully, he get back to the drawing board and his father get back to the drawing board, and hopefully they get the trainer that's in camp, the primary trainer in camp, be the primary trainer and voice when the fight, you know what I'm saying, when the fight come through fruition. But other than that, there's a lot of fighters. Look, there's only gonna be fighters that's hated and loved. Sometimes it's unfortunate. Muhammad Ali was hated. Floyd Mayweather was hated. I'm not saying that all these guys ain't Devin Haney, because he ain't even close to that. He ain't even the best in his era. And after that ass whooping by Ryan Garcia, he ain't no damn pound for pound top 10 either. And that's why his stock has crashed. But we do have special young fighters in the sport of boxing. Like I said at the beginning, Teofimo Lopez is going to be performing this Saturday. Tank Davis just performed. Bam Margera is going to be performing versus Juan Francisco Estrada next weekend as well. It's going to be tough trying to go to ESPN and the zone, which fight is going to be, you know what I'm saying? I think the most important fight, it is the Juan Francisco Estrada and Bam Rodriguez. Bam Rodriguez, one of the fighters, these young fighters that's legacy reigning supreme. I give a lot of respect to Tio. I feel he's the captain of the generation, the commander-in-chief, the guy that started, you know what I'm saying, to risk it. The 50-50 fights, the underdog, right? Bam Rodriguez beating Cuadras, beating Rumvaside, beating Sonny Edwards, about to face a living legend, and Juan Francisco Estrada, who's still in his prime. That's gonna be a good fight. David Benavidez stepped up. Also on the same day that Javon, he was in the co-main of Gervonta Tank Davis and Frank Martin. He didn't fight like he wasn't a monster, but he threw everything in the kitchen sink versus Alexander Volchik. But you know, it was a learning experience, trying to get his feet wet in the 175-pound division. I believe the future fight in the 175-pound division is going to be David Benavidez versus the Cassius Clay of the UK, Benzo, the Surgeon, Ben Whitaker. I believe there's going to be a good fight in the future. You know, Shakur Stevenson going to be performing as well. He got the same, a little bit of a. I think right now people, when it comes to, let's say, Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez, what they want to see right now is performance. And they got the right opponent right in front of them to perform to their level of their expectations or exceed their expectations. Because there's some big fights that can happen this fall. I'm not saying that all these guys got to fight the best. You know what I'm saying? Not like that. Even from our favorite legend, not everybody fought the best. You get your in-between fights, you get your tune-ups. But these fights, you got to look good. And it's the reason why there's some fans that be like, yo, but Gervonta Tank Davis hasn't done none. He hasn't done that. But you know what? At the end of the day, man, he's giving their people their money's worth. And if he's fighting guys that's not on his level, he's treating them like they're not in his level. And that's what Teofimo Lopez need to do on Saturday. That's what Shakur Stevenson need to do July 7th, I believe. You already know Alexander Usyk going to be fighting the rematch with Tyson Fury. And to be honest, man, that's going to be a whole nother podcast episode. But I'll tell you like this. I think that Tyson Fury going to beat Alexander Usyk. I think so. Speaking of Ryan Garcia, you already know that he's suspended. But, You know what I'm saying? Hopefully he could get some type of exhibition, could get some type of thing that's gonna keep him relevant. And I think that he does a wonderful job in doing that in social media. He's already in a poker in a poker series, a poker episode, and you know what I'm saying? He knows how to work outside of the ring. And that's one of the things that in Ryan Garcia, that he's gonna stay relevant, and hopefully he gets the type of help that he needs, because of course he's going through some things mentally. Shout out to Lisa Garcia, his mother that's battling cancer right now. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, with God willing, that she does beat this cancer. And I think that all fighters, you know, they need support. They need people to talk to. You know, it's a lonely sport. You know, a lot of people don't understand the type of sacrifice they need to go through, type of hurt, the type of wear and tear. And I always think that they should have like a therapist. They should have somebody to talk to. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be neutral to you know, to any situation. You feel me? No, yes, man. There's a lot of leashes when it comes to this line of work and at the level that you are. But yeah, man, I think that boxing is doing great. Boxing got momentum. That's one of the things that I wanted boxing to have, great momentum. You know what I'm saying? One of the primary issues was inactivity. You know, Terrence Bud Crawford, they saying that he's pound for pound. Some people think that he's pound for pound number one, but it's very, very inactive. He's saying he is the Bud Crawford era. How's the Bud Crawford era? You fighting every 16 months. So ain't never going to be no Bud Crawford era. Right now, I think is this, you know what I'm saying, is the TOs, the Tanks, the Shakur, I think is the era. Still having, you know, way. Now, he ain't one of my favorite fighters. You feel me? Doing great things. Already a walking Hall of Famer, just like T.O. Of this generation. Canelo Alvarez. I think Canelo Alvarez I think Canelo Alvarez is just overstaying his welcome right now. I think, in my opinion, where Canelo Alvarez is at right now. He is where Roy Jones Jr. was at after the John Ruiz fight. Like, it's really nothing there left. It's really nothing left. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want Canelo Alvarez to catch an O versus somebody that not supposed to beat him, but because, like, they talking about Edgar Berlanga and Canelo Alvarez. Come on now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know they're trying to promote that Mexican and Puerto Rican and stuff like that, but to be honest, there's really no names. Yes, we want to see Canelo Alvarez versus David Benavidez. Yes, that is a dream matchup because we see the illusion. And we see we see the perception that David Benavidez is the guy is the biggest threat to Canelo Alvarez. Yes, he was the best guy other than Canelo Alvarez in the 168-pound division. But in the end of the day, he never established that type of legacy to shame Canelo Alvarez into a fight. He never earned the type of legacy like Manny Pacquiao to shame Floyd Mayweather to a fight. You understand what I'm trying to say? And that's why I said a long time ago he should have carved his own legacy. Should have fought on Artur Beterbiev when they stripped him, and the WBC ranked him as the number one mandatory position to fight Artur Beterbiev, and they file a request to re-rank them in 168 for a final final elimination bout, but just for an elimination bout. He wasn't ready. He wasn't daring to be great. He wasn't ready to be great. He wasn't like Canelo Alvarez at the age of 23, ready to face Floyd Mayweather, Shane Mosley's of the world, the Cottos of the world, you know what I'm saying, the Trouts of the world. So it is what it is. But yeah, man, boxing is good. Stay tuned this weekend. Hopefully, maybe, you know what I'm saying, maybe Devin Haney, you know, see the light at the end of the tunnel, and maybe he'll be liked, you know. But it is what it is. These are the things why, yes, it's a big topic in the sport of boxing. You know, the Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney has overshadowed the topics, even with the fights of Canelo Alvarez and Jaime Munguia. Even the undisputed world championship bout that we haven't had a heavyweight undisputed bout, a heavyweight undisputed champion since 1999, Lennox Lewis, and still the Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney drama overshadowed that. So it is what it is. This is boxing, man. This is not basketball or baseball where, you know, there's a game every day, so there's a new topic every day. This is recycled topic, and there's a lot of layers to these topics when it comes to the sport of boxing. So yeah, we're just gonna be covering everything. You already know, if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed, and follow, leave reviews and comments on Spotify, Apple Play, all that, Google Play, so Apple Podcasts, everybody, and all platforms. X, follow me on X, follow me on IG, YouTube, TikTok. Y'all already know, man. God first, everything second. Fight plus survive equals shoot champions. The best investment you can make in your life is have God in your heart. Love y'all. God bless. And on to the next.